Going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. What's going on, everybody? Who's all here? Let's see. Let me check in here. It looks like it's not going to show me who was first tonight. So that's that's interesting. Looks like Vince had the first comment that I can see. So Vince, I guess I'll give it to you tonight, man. I don't know why it's not showing the number one. So, anyways, good to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Obviously, a rough day. Not the best thing, not the most fun thing, but it is what it is. We persevere. We continue on. Those of us who believe that we're in here for something bigger ain't going nowhere. So. What's up, Saber, Chad, Papa Mud, Maddie, Aaron, Greg, Mark? The Shining's one of your favorite thriller movies. It's a classic, that's for sure. What's up, Gretchen? Whoop! Darren, Scott, Volkovich, Cliff, Jennifer. I'm doing good. How are you, Jennifer? Thank you for asking. I'm doing very well. Dylan, GTII 25 cents scares me. I had no clue. Had no clue about what? That it gone down? You haven't been watching the price? You're better off for it. Ron from Dallas. Uh-oh. Cowboys fan in the house. Watch out. Thomas, what's up? Barbara, onsite. Dips. How we doing? So are the Browns and Lions. Diana, what's up? Stony. Stayed in that hotel once on the haunted floors. Really? Really? Up in Colorado? That's awesome. Yeah, you caught one, Heavy. We've missed you. LPB, hi, who's been chatting GTII? That's a good question. I don't know. But I tell you what, I think I blocked 5 or 6 bots today. You know they're bots because they have like 6, 7 numbers at the end. Sometimes it's 3 numbers. I'll tell you, no real person usually has more than like 2 to 3 numbers at the end of the name. Although as I say that, I'm looking at Mike's thing, but his whole thing is numbers, so that's a little different. But you can almost always tell who the bots are by that, and then you can look at their profile when they started. It's pretty easy to spot them. Every once in a while, you might catch it. You might be wrong, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. They are everywhere, and to me, it says something's happening. It's hard right now, guys. It is. I mean, if you are just focused on the price, and if you bought in with too much money, more money than you can afford to take a shot with, yeah, it's hard right now. It's hard for me, and my life won't change. I haven't had that money being for me to touch, the money that's in my account, for 4 years or so. It's the money I originally invested in the stock market, and then just a little bit here and there I've been sprinkled in. So my life won't change without it. It's there to try to go for some life changing. And, but I tell you what, I didn't want to lose it. It sucks, but I'm not leaving either, because I still believe we're in it. We're in a fight. And, it's just like if you are in, I think if you look back in history, people who fought, even let's just say political movements, people who fought for rights, whether it's women's suffrage or emancipation for the slaves, anything, civil rights, all that. It takes years and years, and we're fighting for freedom in the markets, and it's hard. It's hard, but I'm excited to snuff up a bunch of shares at this low price. That's what I'm going to do. I think tomorrow my money clears, and I'm going to be able to get my cost average down by like 60%. So that's going to be fun, because right now my average is like 197, I think. But Jennifer, you moderated William today. Way too many trolls. That's what I'm telling you. Pizza, what's up, man? Upstate New York in the house. You rolled your 401k from the old job to Roth IRA. Nice. Get those taxes off you. Frankie, what's up? Capote Joe, what's up? Thomas, Benchmark, PC3, what's up? It's only a matter of time. Amen. Aaron says he blocked 4 bots today. See, I'm telling you, they are out. Alerts. Madgun, how can volume in GTI be so insane? It's impossible this much selling has taken place. I agree with you, Madgun. And I'm sure there's a few sellers here or there, people who spooked out. It happens. I get it. People are fed up. It's happening. There's going to be a little selling, but you're right. There's nowhere near 3 million shares being sold, and there's not anywhere near enough shares being sold to affect the price this way. It's just not possible. It's more shares were sold when it was high, and it didn't move like this. We held the line for so long that they're unleashing hell right now, trying to get us down. It was so bad. Williams live today. Oh man, I haven't heard. Williams cutting his hair back on time. Only 6.5 hours today. He's been on so much. Greg on Twitter. I can't remember his name. I don't even know who you're talking about. I must have blocked him a long time ago. Saber, you want to say hi to the shorts listening in today? I'm going to drink your milkshake. See, I have my milkshake, and you have yours over there. And my straw goes, and I drink your milkshake. Oh, that kind of hurt my throat to do that voice. That's a deep voice. You bought 1,000, put bid at 26, got a 245 or 0.245, and that was lower than what was showing. Wow. And then, yeah, I think we hit 22 at the lowest today. Jewelry, can we please let us know what little money is for you? Is it in the thousands, $1,500? Thank you for what little money is for you. I don't know what you're asking, Jewelry. I don't know what you mean, what little money is for me. I have several $1,000s in the stock market. That's all I'll tell you. Optics, days like today tell me they are winning, not us. Bots or no bots. They have the tools to crush OTC, and SEC doesn't give a rat's ass. Well, they will be winning until we win. But the point is they're trapped. The Brits in the Revolutionary War were winning until they weren't. It's the South was winning the Civil War until they weren't. That's how it goes. That's how battles are fought, wars are fought, everything. It's an ebb and flow. Are they winning right now? Sure, but they can't get out. That's the point. And I did a big live on this several weeks ago where I showed how, historically speaking, battles are won by perseverance, not by might, not by having the best tools, anything like that. They're won strictly by perseverance. That's how Vietnam beat us in the Vietnamese War, despite the fact we took much more lives. All that stuff. And so it comes down to, are we going to be the one standing at the end, or will they? And if we are, which I believe we will be, then we're going to make a lot of money. And that's what it comes down to. Optics. Yeah, it's crazy rainy today, ESK. Soul, sucks I can't average down GTII finger right now. Getting ready for the Ravens 49ers Super Bowl. Oh, Ravens fan. Yikes. In high school, I got 50 girls to sign a petition to end women's suffrage because I thought it meant suffering. Eric, that's messed up. Nah, you got your GTI average down to 51 cents. Wow. You're a smart man. Hi, Tina. Aaron, Ace easily spits out more words in 90 minutes than William 6. Do I? Am I a fast talker? Rara, your average is 288, brought it down to 103 a day. Wow. That's beautiful. What's up, Eunice? When moon time? I wish I knew, but I believe very, very strongly that this is our year. And I also don't think it's going to take the whole year. You guys know how I've been talking about the economy, and I believe the economy can be the main catalyst that sends it if nothing else happens before that. And the economy it's such a mess right now. Gretchen Dozer posted 12% short. 12% short. That's crazy. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Dustin's waiting for a few thousands to clear. Mark, William ripped a guy a new one today. Did he? I might have to go watch that. Sometimes I like when William goes off. He gets some good shots in there. Frank, what's up? Saber, 9 days in, 2024 has been wild. Crazy crap every day. It has. Welcome to 2024. Did I not warn you guys? Did I not tell you? I knew this year is going to be nuts. You just got to kind of laugh, right? Got to laugh and enjoy the ride. So much is going to happen this year. I still believe this is just the birthing pangs, the beginning of what's all coming this year. I think it's just going to be an absolutely wild year. What What's up, Al? Vinman, students at James Madison High School are learning remotely to let the legals sleep there. I just saw that. It's nuts. Social watch in the house. Sue Chamel, David, actually, yes, we stopped communism so we didn't lose the objective to Vietnam. Well, depends what you think there. I mean, yeah. You're right and wrong there if you actually think that was the real objective. Saber, after the aliens of the Miami shopping mall, I was wondering if this will be the year the Pituvian flute band save us from giant cavemen. Maybe. What's up, Honey Badger? William gets baited too easily. Well, he's just a passionate man. And he even says that he's got to take a break sometimes. So, Christopher, you liked the video. Thank you. Loved averaging down today. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Stony William falls for BS too easily. Well, William, he's older. It's hard to know. I've been on the internet since I was 12, right? So I got, Windows 95, baby, back in the mid-90s. Got my 28K modem. I learned the internet. I grew up with the internet. I was born in the dark. You were merely adopted by it. That's what I am. I'm like the bane of the internet. But yeah, so I just when you know it, when you grow up with it, it's so much easier to tell what's real, what's not real, all this stuff. And William's not like that. It's harder for some guys get it, but William's not a tech guy. He's obviously not. So we got to just go easy on him and help him along. What he needs, it's not that he needs to stop going live. It's that he needs great moderators. And the great moderators will save him. And Jennifer's working hard, as she just said. And I'm sure there's others trying to get there, but he needs more, obviously. 2024 breach, baby. Oh, ouch. 2024, yep. Maddie, this is the year. There's nowhere for GTI shorts to go. Bring it down for very low money. Buyers will be in the tens of millions, if not hundreds. 2 years ago, they called to buy shares. That's right. It wasn't even 2 years ago. It was 15 months ago, Maddie. So even closer. Get rid of the oh, Thomas, that is too soon. Tomei, what's up? You think you're missing something. If the price of GTI goes down, doesn't mean the shorts are making money. No, not when they're trapped and when they're already further underwater. See, they have to reach a certain level to make money based on where they're at. And the more and more they short, as it was up for, remember, GTI was well up above its averages for almost a year straight. And in that time, because they were trapped, they kept shorting down, lowering the bar for where they could make money. And right now, basically, the math, we don't know the exact numbers, but we can pretty well speculate that the math right now means that they're actually in the negatives at this point. And so even to get to zero means that they would just cut losses at that point, but it'd be the most minimal losses they could take. They cannot make money no matter what, because in order to make money with it going lower, you have to reach the bottom where it's profitable for you. And they've shorted that number down while it was climbing up. In other words, digging themselves a deeper hole. And that's one of the reasons they're so trapped. Jeffries proves it. Yesterday, I showed that Jeffries last quarter, which is one of the big market makers working with Lynn Partners, shorting down Finger, they lost 53% of their revenue in Q4 last year with the market going nuts. Okay, and yet Finger wasn't going nuts. That was a successful short by that metrics, correct? But if it's successful, they'd be killing it, but they're not. And that's the problem, because Finger was going down. It's been going down since October. It went down all of Q4. So how could, unless they were in some other major players that went up that they shorted, but that's not what we've seen. We've seen the big seven have been carrying the market higher and higher, whereas most of the small caps are actually struggling. In fact, 72% of small caps last year underperformed the S&P, which means short sellers should be winning. But they're not when they're trapped, and they are trapped in several. I was talking to Pedro from Philly today, and he was saying that what he's seeing right now, he actually, it's interesting. He agrees with me the economy sucks, but he disagrees with me on the market. He doesn't think the market's going to crash. He thinks it's going to melt up because of a bunch of liquidity coming in. So we have a different opinion on that. And he's a brilliant guy. Now, I know other brilliant guys who disagree with him, so, it's all a wash. But the point is this. Either way, we both agree that there's about to be a bunch of short squeezes, because my conviction and belief is the economy is going to bring down the market. The market's going to eventually break because what's going on with the Fed and the economy. and it'll come crashing down, and that'll make the short sellers have to cover because of margin calls, all of that. Their liquidity will completely disappear to keep shorting. The trapped shorts will have to cover. So it's going to pop off a bunch of short squeeze, especially GTI and Finger. His opinion is that it's similar, except not the market crashing. It's that the melt up is going to cause them to have to all start covering, and there's going to be multiple short squeezes. He says that, when GameStop squeezed, it wasn't just GameStop that squeezed. It was about 10, 15 other stocks squeezed. They just didn't go as high as GameStop. But for this, he was saying that he thinks it's going to be 5 to 10 times worse. And this is a brilliant guy, traded for years. So we both disagree on which way the market's going to head, him up, me down. We both agree, though, on the short squeeze is happening either way because of the absolute crazy volatility and brokenness of the market right now. And so just to let you know, nobody who's like really deep in this stuff thinks that these trap stocks that the shorts are making money. Nobody does. Oh God, I remember Windows 3.1. That was rough. Frankie got more shares. They got your average down to 60 cents. Nice. I'm jealous of that. Kryptonian says, one could argue we all need to be as passionate as William. I could agree with that. Yeah. Alfred, Ace, will our life-changing money be safe in our exchanges, or should we move out ASAP? Well, where are you going to move to? That's the question. It's like, I believe they will, but if they're not, I don't know what else to do. I mean, we just have to pray that we get our money out before any of that goes nuts. But I think we'll be fine. They're not going to let the entire system crash right away. The market might crash, in my opinion. The economy is going to go belly up, but the system is not quite ready to crash yet and be reset. It's just not there. It's going to take a lot more going down. It has to get worse in 2008 for people to accept it. Much, much worse. And we're nowhere near that yet. We are in the background. We are in the fundamentals, but we're not that in the impact yet. Finger short volume 52% today. Wow. I don't know the QE date for Finger yet. No. Ace, the government has reclassified independent truckers as employees. They're telling me after 43 years they have to be a company driver. Wow. David, thank you for updating me on that trucker stuff, man, because as the truckers go, so do our country. That's wild, David. I just saw the other day shipping had gone up 61% worldwide. It's getting crazy. Kirk, do I think they're taking advantage of the 30-day tax loss selling window, buying being more limited? I'm sure they are. Yeah, Kirk. Joe, if Finger can rip first, GTI stays low, GTI short's going to jump out of buildings. I think you're right there, yeah. Al, William had a poor mod who banned several people, including me. William doesn't know how to unban. That's the problem. My God. What's the highest GTI and Finger can go, says NSA. The math says they can both break 2,000 pretty easily. That's the math. It's not a prediction. That's just saying what the math is technically possible. Would it be technically possible for them to get it down to zero, says Eric? If not, what's the hard bottom? It can't. Basically, no stock goes to absolute zero without going bankrupt and being delisted. But they can get it down really low, as we're seeing. But I got to believe there's a point where they can't get it down anymore. But we're going to find that out. They're trying right now. Any info what Luke Rabari's up to? I have no idea. But I'm sure he's trying to get a deal done. Let's see here. 600 baud modem on a Commodore 128. You start on the net. Keep track of your minutes so your parents won't get killed. That's so funny. Oh, you're good, Matt. Ace Wallace. Yeah, that was a funny one. I'll pull that one up in a little bit. What do I know about Gary Gensler's post claiming that SEC Gov account was hacked? Well, first of all, I don't think it was hacked. Something else happened. I think it was a leak, actually, because you're talking about the Bitcoin ETFs being approved. That was let out on their Twitter. It became news, and then they counteracted it, said their account was hacked. But the truth is they're expecting them to be approved tomorrow. I think it was a leak. Twitter can easily find this out, and I guarantee you that Elon's going to look into it quick because he doesn't want his platform being attacked over this. So we'll see. Working no play makes Ace very angry. It makes Ace a dull boy. Wendy, darling, light of my life. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, honey. That's my terrible Jack Nicholson impersonation. Someone said a few hours ago on X, Schwab posted Finger earnings date 111. Oh. Well, that'd be fun. That's in 2 days. Yeah, I think it's either going to be 12th or 15th, but that'd be great if it's the 11th. The better, the sooner the better at this point, right? Akira, what's up? Getting pounded here in Virginia Beach. Stay safe, you man. Dave, can these hedge funds make a killing in crypto and use that money against our GTI play? They could. Yeah, they could. Hedge funds aren't attacking GTI, guys. I'm telling you that right now. What's the point of attacking an OTC stock where there's barely any money to be made? We're at 25 cents. Hedge funds aren't going to make any money off that. We're just dealing with our shorts. I'm very certain of that. There might be a couple players here and there involved, maybe from hedge funds on their own. But I'm telling you, as far as like the might and mass of a big hedge fund being in this, they don't mess with this stuff. They want to go where they can make a killing, where they can short a stock down $50, cover that, and make a ton of money, run it up. They much rather deal with that, or $10, $5. They don't want to deal with cents. It's not worth their time. Bankruptcies last year, 18%. That's crazy. Steve, lovelessness. It's the windy walks in Texas. Only get to listen in the morning, up early. Good night. Thanks, Steve. Have a good one. And thanks for being a long-time listener, man. I really appreciate that. That means a lot, your support. It really does. Al says, prior to Windows 3, I had an old 286 with PC tools, basically the operating system, no graphics, all DOS. Oh, God. I remember those. I had one of those. My parents had one of those. Finger Motions earning day is the 15th, says Mark. So, yeah, we're going to mix things. We'll just see when it comes out. I don't know if Ham will call in. I'll leave it up to him. He'll see. But I think he already talked to you guys today, so he might have said all he said. We got to let Ham rest, too. That dude works so tirelessly. And I think I can talk for, an hour and a half if he doesn't call in. So we'll see. But if he calls, I'll pick up. Windows ME ran smoothly. So did Windows 7. Windows 7 was great. And XP. Josh, I'm having a hard time seeing Congress on our side. Feel like they'll be forced to do something if more and more people keep being. It will. They're not on our side. They're on their own side. But the good news is we can force them to be on our side by making them afraid to look bad. Because the one thing they care about is keeping power. And as we've seen, you can knock out Congress people. You really can. You can knock them out of office if you get enough built up against them. And an angry mob of people can do a lot of damage to Congress people. They don't want that. So they'll cover their own asses by helping us if we don't let up. Especially MMTLP people who are doing great. KYP is in the house. What's up? You love the shinnin'? Moody, hey guys, who else has a rockin' storm going? The storm here was earlier. And it was wild. If interactive brokers and Webull won't let people buy GTI, we don't have our dividend. It makes it so obvious there's a huge problem. Absolutely, Josh B. You're right. There's so much evidence that GTII is messing with them. So much. All right, Blue 5, have a good night. You guys all getting that storm on the East Coast, huh? It's been crazy. Immortal says, lots of volume on GTI, something's brewing. I believe something's happening. The last 2 days, they've attacked us so hard. Down 13% yesterday, I think 10% today. Volume's getting way up. To me, my personal opinion, this seems like they know something's coming, or somebody does at least. And it's trying to get out, or it's trying to get us down enough so they can get out maybe at a low level. We're going to find out soon. I do believe something's coming soon. I don't think they hired Luke for no reason. The good news is we're about to get a bunch of finger news. Because I think earnings is gonna kick off other news with Finger. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just got earnings, but I don't think so. I think they've been waiting on this earnings to unleash some other things, because now they'll be able to act as a fully profitable company. So if Finger does that and gets some momentum rolling, we know that GTI works in tandem with Finger in a lot of ways. So I have hope that things are going to turn around quick here soon. So just, hang in there, guys. It's the darkest before the dawn, right? Kryptonian, another pointer. Floats are no interest to large hedge funds. That's correct. Yep. Not says there are alternatives outside of Congress and legal. Let's see if it plays out. Absolutely. And Not is right on it. By the way, Not, your video last night was fantastic. I learned a lot. That was really good. I liked you covering multiple things. It was fun. storm's crazy in Long Island. So if some of you guys cut out, I'll understand. The weather might knock you out. Social, you're kidding me. So Dozer's report, GTI short volume today, 12%. I know. And yesterday, just 7.6%. How's that even possible? I don't know. I honestly, it's crazy. Ham is ham short killer. Yes, that's correct. Finger close, 335 and up, 9 cents after hours. Well, that's good. Crito says, hey, Ace, do I think the Secret Service FBI is taking so long or why do I think? Because they always take long on everything. That's why. The only law enforcement that moves fast is the local cops. When you catch them, you're calling and they don't even move that fast. It could take half hour to an hour, depending on where you live, for 911 to respond. If you're being attacked, if a store is being robbed, or if they see somebody on the street doing something, those, like at the local level, that's the fastest acting law enforcement. Other than that, these guys got to get all their ducks in a row, because when they finally pounce, they want to make sure they already have a case built so that they don't have to release anybody. They don't look like idiots. They want to make sure 100 times over that you're guilty before they go after you. And that's just what I've witnessed. Not maybe knows better than me on that, but in my personal opinion, that's kind of how I've seen it work with them. But the good news is, once they do move, it's usually over. There's usually no getting out of it. Cheryl, what's up, man? Not starting over tonight. Does not have pattern updates. Yeah. And it hasn't been that long for Secret Service. That's true. That's another good point. Thanks, Richard. Legal, slow, and methodical, he says. Exactly. Kathy, just crossing your fingers you don't lose power in eastern North Carolina. Is it nasty over there? So I'm in Concord. It's not bad here anymore. When the sun came out. So Al says now the finger motion is estimated to report earnings on the 16th. So, who knows, guys? We don't know. We just know it's going to be in the next week. So that's the good news. But just hang in there. It's coming. So, all right, I'm going to share this real quick just because I have to. And then I'm going to go through some stuff. But by the way, this is like one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. But I like how you got the one with my mouth open. That's pretty unbelievable. Freedom! Well, at least we didn't get dressed up for nothing. It's the best. There it is right there. That's fantastic. You guys are doing such a good job. Mike and all you guys starting on this. Oh my God. So funny. My face on, who was it the other night you guys put my face on? But my wife was really impressed. She was like, you should get back in shape like that. I got, thanks, honey. Thanks for the love. When seconds count, law enforcement's only minutes away. Isn't that the truth? Why'd the sailor get arrested with shit fit? Oh God, here we go. Did Ham say on William's show that a whale investor is contributing $50,000 for him and William to go to South Korea? Yes, he did say that. The one says, if I stop buying GTI, then I'm crazy. There you go. Ace of Heart. Greenville's great. Josh B says, moving to Asheville in March, starting over again. If MMTLP pops off, we'll have to get together. Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's meet up. Jenny, you like those? Yeah, it was Rambo, Al. I think you're right. I think she liked that one a lot. I was just, oh my God, you guys crack me up. All right, here we go. Let me start finding some of the things I wanted to bring up tonight. I had a little girl who did not want to go to bed again, so that was fun. That's why I'm not 100% prepared, but I'll get it quick because I do a good job of saving everything all day so I can get to it quick. Just give me a second here. Got some GTI stuff to share. Got some economy stuff to go over. And all right, I think this will do good for now. Oh, couple more things I wanted to show you. All right, here we go. Let's do the GTII stuff first. Couple things to show you guys. All right, so have I ever sat down with Hammond at a brewski? No. I look forward to it, though. He came through North Carolina recently, but I wasn't able to meet up with him. He was too far away. Han intimidated shorts play with themselves. I believe that. And Ham does only drink champagne. If I had to guess how long till MMTLP settles, you know, Michael, I think it's going to be a few more months, but I think it's coming. I really do. Yeah, Robert the Bruce is the one who did it. Do I golf? Yes, just not well. And I barely ever go. I used to play kind of frequently, and then the last few years I've only gone 2-3 times a year. So, you got MMTLP in the mail today for what, your AST? Nice. Frank B says if the market tanks, the shorts will be feasting. Well, not when they're trapped though. It's different. Yeah, that Lloyd Austin stuff was crazy. All right, so here, this is Lion of Trades did this great chart. And he said, I know this is a wild comparison, but do observe similar traits. Forget the idea they're not the same company. Your thoughts on the comment section below, not financial advice. The chart's great. And we know, listen, a stock that is not, AMC in the beginning had a lot of similarities to GTI. That's before Adam Aaron completely sold them out. And so leading up to the run for AMC, okay, so here's GTII. If you guys can see, it went up 897, down, up, down, now way down. And he's saying that this is what AMC did next, okay, this big bubble right here. And so if GTI acts the same as AMC, that's what it'll do. And then AMC leading up to its run, up, down, boom. And that's what he's showing, and my face is in the way here. Sorry, guys. Let me move this over. So that's what AMC did when it bolted up, okay? Now, are we going to see that again? And by the way, these numbers are crazy looking because those numbers are from, once they do a reverse split, it always shows those numbers as if it was the reverse split always. So just, you know, that's why those numbers are crazy. But anyways, interesting stuff that it's playing along together like this. And that's GTI again. So who knows, but they are tracking similarly, which is really interesting based on the run. So I just thought that was interesting. Thought it'd be fun to share. Line of Trade, smart guy. He never comes on my lives, but he goes on Williams a lot. But here's the other thing that was interesting to me. Only 45,000 real shares left available to borrow for GTII. Now, that's interesting that the real shorts have been draining it up lately. I mean, and somebody shared this with me. I was surprised. I haven't seen the numbers on GTII, the real shares being shorted, have not been this low, as far as I know, in a long time. Because nobody talks about them because they haven't been a story. But this tells me that this is what happened last time before it took off back in October of 2022 and August or September of 2022. The real short dried up, and that's when people started calling and asking to borrow shares and stuff because they were trapped. So it's really interesting that this is happening again. I believe right here. Yeah, this is the recent data. You can see how much was available down like where it is. So pretty crazy. So I don't know what that means, but it's definitely worth looking at. So let's see what you guys are saying. Before recently, I would think blank trading was absolutely impossible. And now? Exactly. Ace in the hole, you golf with your husband. Pink golf clubs bag, nice. Glow in the dark pink ones for night golf. That's awesome. It is fun. I could just go out and golf all day. I love it. Oh, Lion of All Trades is here. What's up, buddy? There he is. Good charting, man. Interesting stuff. You just heard from a bird that I was talking about you? I like it. I like it. Well, that was good work. That was very interesting, the correlation there, even though I think AMC and them are so different. But is Ham calling me? Oh, yeah, he did try. Okay, let's see. I always miss his call because my phone is on silent. All right, let's get Ham on here, and I can go through my other stuff later. All right, hold up a second. Here he is. As Williams say, the voice. Hey, hey.
I'm sorry, I can't get on Twitter to contact you, and my phone doesn't work properly, so I can only call out. You can't call in.
You're all right.
That's how it works.
That's all right. We'll fix it someday. It's Apple.
Okay, you ready?
You're on.
All right, everybody. So, shitty day. I got it. This is the attacks that I've seen this for 24 years. It's the same shit. They do it all the time, and people are calling me up. Big people are selling. That's all nonsense. I know big holders. Not one person sold. All right, so the naked short number is down today. That means washing, and that means they use the sell it as a long technique. Goldman Sachs did it 60 million times. You don't think these idiots know how to do it? This is how they try to create. I'm in a group with a group of longs, and they're all questioning who's selling it. And guess what? The shorts want people to actually go after each other. Mm-hmm. If a long did sell it down here, guess what? That's tough shit, and he lost his money. Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes. No one ever said they were sorry to me when I lost my money selling stocks at the bottom. All right? So I don't believe any guy who's in this stock who knows what's going on has dumped the stock, because I would have heard it. No one said anything. Not one peep. In the hours, I haven't heard anything. All day, I haven't heard anything. And if you look from this morning, the volume stopped into the last 3 minutes of the day when they tried to mark it down to get 2 pennies in their favor. I spoke with you throughout the day, and the volume was 2.4 million, and it didn't even do it. That's 2.5, 2, whatever it was. It didn't even trade. It stopped trading. So they attacked it, and they waited to the end of the day to do it again. All right, these are tactics they use. They're turning the longs against each other because of financial I got it. The stock is down. I got it.
Yep.
I watched them manipulate fingered at the end of the day, too. It was 340, and they knocked it down to save a nickel. It's the same thing every day. It goes green, knock it back down. The video went green, and you saw the shorts get squeezed there. They knocked it down to 516 from 523. It turned, and it went straight back up on the day. That's the shorts are getting crushed there. All right, so as long as you understand that. Do you understand that? I mean, I want to make sure you guys get it.
No, it makes sense. Yep, absolutely.
It's a head game, and you put up, or someone put up, AMC had the same pattern. They knock it down, then the thing took off.
Yep.
This is what happens. I can't, a friend of mine told me about a stock. Hold on one second. He texted me before, and it's not there. Hold on, I'm trying to look for it. Some technology stock. He told me about it was 318. It went to 285, and today it's 336. I mean, think about the volatility. 318 to 285, back up to 336. That was in 3 days. Up, and it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Wall Street needs volatility to make money. And it's unfortunate that everybody here is at the mercy of this game. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's just the way it goes. And these big cap names, they're swinging around so wild, it's out of control. But that's how they make money. They shake the tree. They're bringing gamblers. Everybody wants to play the game because they want to roll the dice and buy 100 calls and have it go up 30 points in one day and make them $1 million or whatever it is. That's the game. All right, so let's scratch all the negative stuff that's happened today. I had a call with a gentleman I won't tell you who it is, but the reporter is doing a story on Alpine.
Beautiful.
Alpine, GTII, the whole combination. I have to put together a whole package for them. I convinced him, and his jaw dropped. He couldn't believe all the stuff I gave him and how I can educate the Bloomberg reporter. And I have to write it up tonight, give it to them, and I'll have the Bloomberg reporter contact me, and we'll get this thing finished out. Again, it's GTII, it's Alpine. I will drag in finger motion and MMTLP into the story. And I'm using the GameStop report that I posted because the major concern that all these reporters have is, where is the proof?
Mm-hmm.
And I can show you how I got to the proof using the institutional holders, which the SEC cannot stop us from seeing.
Yeah.
And I walked you through. I believe I walked everybody through that. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
If you go to Yahoo and hit holders on GameStop, if you go get a quote on GameStop on Yahoo, and you'll see next to the options it says holders. Mm-hmm. You click on that, and I told them right off the bat, I says, go there and this. I says, what's it at, 33%? He goes, yeah. Because how the hell did you know that? I said, I study it. When I did the report on GameStop, it was 177. So it was overshorted already 77% of the float. You can only own 100%, short 100%, only 100%. It was owned 177%. That's just by institutions who report. So if you're a big fund manager, you have to report your holdings. The SEC cannot stop that or hide that information. 177, you add in retail investors and funds that don't have to report. There's a lot of hedge funds that own 100,000, 500,000, whatever it may be, and they don't report their holdings. So if you add it all up, I said it was up to about 250% of 100. So it was over. Everyone owned too many shares. The proof was right there. And I did the report on it based on that. I didn't give a shit about what they do in the mall. I couldn't care less about any of that nonsense. It's just based on institutional ownership. And because of that, the reporter loves what I said. And now we got the story to the next leg based on that. Not that based on the FINRA information, all this nonsense. It's hard for these guys to see through the clouds. They always use the excuse, we can't see the proof. That's what they use against us. Mm-hmm. We can't see the proof.
Yeah.
All right. Can you just give me 1 second? It's my friend calling me from Shanghai. Hold on 1 second.
Absolutely. All right. Well, while he's gone, I was showing you guys. Somebody brought up Rumble, and I'm going to try to reach out to this guy, and if Ham has time, maybe he will too. But yeah, Rumble is announced they're fighting back against the shorts as well, which would be huge because of what they're going to be able to do with as far as attention and everything. So that would absolutely be massive if we could get something going with the Rumble CEO. So
are you there, guys?
Yeah, we're still here.
So my friend's in Shanghai. He's coming back to New York, and he's one of the biggest holders in the company. And he had COVID, so I was just checking on him to see if he was still alive. And he is. He said a lot of NyQuil and alcohol, and he's boarding a flight back. So it's not easy traveling the globe. And I just wanted to give you the information on the Bloomberg. She's going after Alpine. Mm. Again, so that's the focus of the story, Alpine, GTII. I sent them the information about the GTII from the NSCC on October 28th of 2022, I think it was. I can't remember what day it was. That's when that story came out. 2022, October, and that's when Alpine was busted by the DTC and NSCC over the position in GTII. I told them that you can go search any of the Goldman Interactive Brokers fines for naked short selling. there's never one name mentioned. Remember, if you own Peloton at 100 and Goldman Sachs got fined for naked shorting Peloton, everyone would be suing Goldman Sachs for fraud and manipulation. So they never tell you the name of the company that they naked shorted.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
My daughter gave me one of these seltzers, peach. It's awful. Anyway, I got kicked out of my house. I'm in the driveway in the car. My family's sick of listening to me. And I'm sorry about that. Tomorrow I have I'm going for a stem cell treatment. My knee's really bothering me, so I'm going to take care of that. But I believe we're at the end of this fight. It's getting close. The SEC made fools of themselves with the Twitter thing today about this.
Yeah, what a joke.
Everyone's abusing them that they're actually watching the markets and they can't even protect themselves. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I'm not here to insult the SEC. All right, there's a lot of good people that work there. Then they don't believe in this fraud stuff.
Sure.
I just think that they're hiring kids out of college and no one knows what the hell's going on. It's got to be like romper room in this place. No one knows what the hell's going on. And meanwhile, we're in the middle of this thing fighting a battle. And Gary Gensler is a disgrace because he does know what's going on. And for everyone on this call, if you think the SEC doesn't know about GTI and finger motion, you lost your marbles. All right? You couldn't be more out loud what we've done to expose this crime. GTII and finger motion are the forefront of this thing. MMTLP is getting the most traction because of the stoppage of trading. All right, which is great. It's wonderful that, those poor people all got stuck and they're fighting back. That's what everyone needs to do. You don't need to fight and buy stock. I don't care if you do or not. But you need to step up because you can see if they're doing that to people, they're going to do it to you. And it's just a matter of time. The head of the military, I forgot, is that who the guy was today?
Yeah, Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense.
Right. He got diagnosed with prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. In 1 second, I put up the story. EXAS, Andrew Left did the story about them trying to bash it and put it out of business. They test people for prostate cancer. That's what Andrew Left was trying to kill. Andrew Left, that bozo. And for those of you who don't know, 25 years ago, Andrew Left had a company. It was called Stock Lemon. And he bashed penny stocks, small cap stocks. He was Capybara before Capybara. He changed his name to Citron, and he went up the ladder, and they were shorting and distorting big companies because guess what? Big companies, $130 stocks, fall $10 real fast on a bear raid. Imagine buying a 500 or 1,000 puts at $1, and in 10 minutes they're worth, $1 million. That's what he was doing. They would drive them down. Everyone would go after them. They worked as a pack of wolves, and he was killing big companies like Etsy. Etsy went down $60. Forget 10. Yeah. It went down 60.
Yeah.
These guys know how to attack. They attacked the richest man in India, calling him a fraud. He fought back. India banned short selling. Countries do not want to get their people looted. They're poor enough. In the U.S., we're poor enough.
Yep.
And they're still stealing from us. They're stealing from the police, doctors, lawyers, anybody. The FBI they're stealing from.
Yeah.
And no one's stepping up but us.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this fight is important. I got it. It sucks. Believe me, no one's more upset about what they do. How they allowing the Kramers to walk down the street laughing at us. All right? I have shareholders that are good people that have been nasty to me. Oh, what are you going to do now? What about now? The Kramers are laughing at us. Lynn Partners is laughing at us.
Yeah.
I don't back down.
Nope.
And I keep going. I don't give a shit what you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I'm not here. My job isn't to make you money. I'm not your broker. I'm not your friend. I'm here to expose the crime. If you can benefit from it, no one's happier than me.
Yeah.
All right? That's how it goes. I can't stop it. I said it every time I get on these calls. I said I don't have a gun and a badge. I can't stop it. Am I correct if I said that a million times?
Every time.
Every time I get on, I say that to everyone. I can't stop this. Give me a gun and a badge, and I'll stop it.
Yeah.
Just give me the jacket. I'll get some people. We'll go take care of it. You know, these are criminal activities by weasels. These are weasels. Go look at Sabby, at Hal Mintz, the guy who got busted for a naked short selling scheme. How the DOJ and the FBI hasn't locked that guy up and take away his apartment in Miami is beyond me. If anything, it shows you if that guy can get away with it, that means crime pays.
Yeah.
All right, but I believe they're going to get it. I believe in these people. I just don't know why they move so slow. Hal Mintz is going to jail. I just don't know when. I can't believe they allow it to go on. And we'll be having a party in his condo in Fisher Island, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but again, we're not letting that guy get away. He's a criminal. People who invested in those companies got robbed. Lynn Partners, every company these guys funded, people got robbed. Not one person, thousands and thousands of people were robbed. All right, this is not a joke. These guys are criminals. The SEC is a disgrace for letting it go on. We've exposed it, and it's only getting stronger. If you don't feel it that we're going to win, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm telling you, I've been doing this 24 years. We're going to win. I just don't know the day. I know the numbers are massive, and I can see these guys starting to. Their attacks have been so blatant the last, since October 10th in finger motion. And I didn't really look at the data in finger motion, but from 70 cents down to 25 cents every day. It's push it down, 2 pennies, a penny, 2 pennies, penny, every day. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't stop. As my brother always says, a shitty stock even has an update. We haven't had an update in anything that I'm following because it's been under attack every day.
Yeah, that's so true.
Every stock has been under attack every day. Anything we talk about. If the shorts are listening, I love the video. Go kill that one. Knock yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
They only use stocks. They go after stocks they know they can manipulate. When their stocks are thin and there's no institutional ownership, they can manipulate the stocks. That's where these creatures live.
Yeah.
They can't manipulate NVIDIA because funds are buying it, and they have to run into that buzzsaw, and they can't do that. They can't knock those stocks down. Like Tesla, they try every day. They put a story out that Elon Musk is a drug user. He used crack or whatever the hell he was doing. Who cares?
Yeah.
The guy's the most brilliant guy in the world.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to drag him.
Exactly.
And they're trying to drag him down every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day.
They hate that they can't control him. That's what it is.
Think of this country. The guy has been nothing but brilliant. The forefront of electric cars, SpaceX, whatever else the hell he does. I can't remember all the shit that he does. The guy's trying to help people who have putting a chip in your brain to help people, continue to live and whatever it is. And yet they keep trying to shoot him down.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. This is the country.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's crazy.
It is, and you know what? And we need to stand up and fight. I don't know how many people are here, but it just takes a crumb. Everyone tell one person, and you know what? If there's 500 tomorrow, we got 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
All right? I was on a call with William for 2 hours with Kristen, and she's on a call tomorrow. If you can, tune in. The person she's doing the call with tomorrow at 8 a.m., it's on Twitter. She says they have 10 million views a week.
Wow.
Of that financial show.
Wow, that's amazing.
Show our support.
Yes.
She's up there, and she's telling our story for all of us.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. That's a space call, right? Twitter?
At 8 a.m. I'm not sure. I got to go look and see what the hell it is, but it's 8 a.m.
Okay. Let's see if I can find it.
I educated her from scratch. Just look at her post every day. She's digging up news stories by herself.
Oh, Kristen's
showing
great.
It to me.
Yeah.
She did this whole thing by herself.
Exactly.
I didn't tell her to do it. She's doing it.
Yeah.
And now she's gaining support.
Yeah.
She's gaining support from me. I can't find all these crazy stories.
Mm-hmm.
She got the UK, the people in Parliament, telling us that naked short selling is a global problem.
Yeah.
She found that story. So now you have India, Thailand, South Korea, and the UK all talking about this problem, and the US is sound asleep. They can't even get a goddamn thing out on Twitter properly.
Yeah.
And the Secret Service and the FBI, I cannot make them move at our speed. I told you before, short sellers, these crooks, they hit a sell button. That's all they do. They don't consult with anybody. Mm-hmm. Hey, what are we doing today? Hit the sell button. Okay, that's what they do. That's it. Let's see if we can break the people panic today. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And Ace, I'll say it again. I said it 1,000 times. If they thought they can win, they'd let the stocks go higher.
Exactly.
It's easy.
Yeah.
If I knew that I could just win at any given time, why would I sell stock at 25 cents or 26 cents? Why wouldn't I let all you suckers pay $2 for it?
Yeah, you can't make anything.
Why would you not let it go to $2?
Yeah.
Finger motion, they've been pushing it down every day. Why? When you want to sell it at 4, 5, 6, every time it ticks up, they push it back down.
Yeah. Why
won't they let it go higher? They can't afford the margin calls. They can't let it gain momentum. That's it. That's the whole game. Exactly. The whole thing's a head game. And you know what? All the people here, I think, understand it, but there's people that don't understand it.
Yeah.
That are too lazy, and what do? They buy stock at 5, and they sell it at 3.5, and then they bitch, oh, you guys all fucked us up.
Yeah.
That's what they say. And they're blaming us. Oh, you cost me money. Well, I didn't ring your doorbell. I don't even know who you are. If you're too lazy, Wall Street's not about you just throw money and you win. You'll have to do some legwork yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We post the crimes. We post the risk reward here. The risk is what you invest. The reward is infinite when we win. Infinite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a stock that's going from 25 cents to $2. You'll get a stock that can go from 25 cents to 2,000.
Yeah.
I bet football games. I don't play football games. I don't gamble. I gamble on long bets, long shot bets. For example, I bet Florida State at 27 to 1.
Don't do this to yourself again.
I didn't bet one game throughout the year.
Yeah.
I didn't bet one game throughout the year. I bet it 27 to 1. I didn't bet for even money. I bet 27 to 1. Unfortunately, I won 13 games in a row, and I didn't win. I lost on a technicality. But that's what I like to do. I don't sit here. I'm not looking to buy a stock that's going from $2 to $2.50. Make 50 cents and say, fuck you. I made 50 cents 10,000 times. I made $5,000. And You know what? I'm going to go have a party. That's what I used to do. I don't want to do that anymore. I believe that I can use small money, which is real money, to make home run swings.
Yep.
Think about putting up $5,000 and coming back home with $500,000 overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that change your life? You know what? It changes my life.
Oh, yeah.
I want to buy a house in Florida, and I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my goal, and that's what I want to do. So have a goal, figure it out, don't go above your head, and understand what you're doing. Yep. But again, if they thought they can win, the stock would go higher.
100%. Can you explain real quick?
Holding it down for a reason.
I had some guys asking earlier. Can you explain real quick two things? A, why big hedge funds would want nothing to do with OTC stock this low, and two, how trap shorts are not making money.
Okay, number one, hedge funds. Hedge funds will buy stocks when it's in play. Mm-hmm. I have many hedge funds in this stock. Okay, I got a guy, he asked me about finger motion today. He's a monster guy, world-renowned name. I can't give his name. And he's in finger motion. All right, you start by getting them into that name, and we move them into the other one down the road. But they come in later.
Yeah.
In GameStop, at 3 3/4, none of them wanted to buy it. I told 200 people to buy it at $4. I dialed numbers. I told everyone. Nah. They called me back. They were buying it at 10, 20, 50, 100. Because once it's in momentum, that's when they start to play. That's how hedge funds play. There's some that like to get in early, and there's some that like to get it in motion. There's many people who like to buy momentum, and that's why the shorts hold it down, because they don't want momentum. Because if it's momentum, they know the big boys are coming. And every time we get momentum at $7 in finger motion, what happened? Capybara, knock it down. They sold it from 716 to 4 5/8, 458, 462.5 in 2 hours on that fake report.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they didn't want momentum. Because at 7 something, it was going to break out. It would have taken off. And guess what? Hedge funds would have seen it. Hey, this thing looks great. It was 100% buy every day on all the chart patterns. And I'm not a chart guy, but that's what it was. They needed to end that momentum at all costs. So they gathered all the troops, all the vultures they can, and they attacked. That's what they did. That's why hedge funds wait. All right? Because if the hedge funds jumped in then, they would be down 3 points in it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they wait for the sign that this is gone. When that sign comes, they'll pay $20 for it because they know they could sell it at 60. They pay 60 because they know they could sell it at 100. But the retail, you get the opportunity to get in when they don't. Because guess what? When it gets to 20, you can't afford to buy it. What are you going to buy at $20? 1,000 shares? No one's buying 10,000 shares for 200,000 at 20. But you get $10,000 down here, you could buy, a ton of stock, right?
Yeah, a lot.
That's why these things, as long as the company is on your side, then I believe everything is okay. If the company turns on us, then I can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, the consultant, I spoke with the consultant, great guy. He's helping out. I don't know what his full plan is, but he's a bright guy, and he's making things happen. When does it come out? What they're doing? I don't know. It's not my business. I didn't ask. All right, but that's what I see in GTI and finger motion. You can just tell that the company hired Mark Bazile. They're doing everything in their power. Their earnings are coming out any day. And like I told you before, the shorts knock these stocks down. Just think about it. If finger motion was 6, the earnings come out, let's say they're great, and the stock jumps 4, then stock is 10.
Mm.
If the stock is 3 and it goes up 4, it's where? 7.
Yeah.
So what they do is when that happens, let's say the stock goes from 3 to 7, some reporter's going to write, oh, finger motion's up from 3 to 7, it's up to 100% today. They never talk that it went down.
Yeah.
Almost 100%, right? They never say that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up 100% today. Look what we have going on here. The stock's up 100% today. That's how these guys write the story. And I'm sure if you go look at any of these small biotechs that have taken off, they always write, oh, the stock's up 100%, 80% today. They don't tell you the stock's down from 20, it's 2, and now it's 4. Big goddamn deal. That's what the reporters always write. They never tell you how it got crushed from 20 to 2. They tell you how it went from 2 to 4. It's up 100%.
Yeah.
And they want you to take profits in it. That's why they do it. They want you to say, oh, my God, I'm up. This is as far as it's going to go. That's what the theory, that's how these guys look at it. That's what they put in your head.
Yeah.
So think like a trader. Think about what you're doing. All right? Think about it for a second. All right? Stop thinking about what the money's about. I got it. We all understand the money's a major thing. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But understand why you're invested in any stock or this stock or any stock. Why am I here? I'm here for a reward. If I'm here to make 25 cents, I told you go trade Tesla. This is not about a stock. There's people that buy 10,000 shares and flip it for a quarter. 25 cents on 10,000 is $2,500 if anyone hasn't figured that out yet. There's many people, and I've done it myself. I bought stocks, made a quarter, 2,500, or I bought 20,000, made 5,000. High five my friends, hey, we made 5,000, let's go out. And the next day the stock's up 5. So I made 5,000, left 100 on the table. Because I was told to be in the group or the name or whatever it may be. And you know what? I didn't really study it. I was just there to try to make a quick flip. So there's people that do that. That's their game. I can't, And momentum is something the shorts do not want to happen, and that's why they attack it and try to knock it down. Your second question was about, what was the second question?
It was explain how the shorts, when they're trapped like this, they're not making any money.
They can't get out, so they close the position.
Exactly.
And what are they doing today? Yesterday, the naked short was 78% before the attack, correct?
Yeah.
They drive the stock down, and today the naked short is 13%. It was real low. Now, Goldman Sachs sold 60 million, I think it was 60 million times they sold shares as a long sale. They didn't naked short it, they sold it as a long. Do you think that these guys don't sell stocks as a long?
Yeah.
Today was a long sale day and market, and they were washing stock. So what was the end result? What was the volume on the day? I don't know. What was the volume?
It was over
on the
3
day?
million.
So out of 3 million shares, I guarantee you 1.5 of it was fake.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. Because they sell stock back and forth to create volume. And they want people to think everybody's dumping. Everyone's calling up, look at the volume in GTII. Am I correct? Did you get that question also?
Nobody brought that up today, but
believe me, I got besieged with the old, it's a lot of volume. And the volume,
it always
if you
comes
break
up
it
at
down,
some point. Yeah, exactly.
People always believe, volume precedes price. That's all nonsense. The volume's all fake. It doesn't cost you anything to create volume. Think about it. It costs you nothing. These guys are doing trades for, less than a penny a share. They cut deals. Hurry up, cross 30,000, 20,000, 14,000. You do it. You can do 100,000 an hour before you know it. You're up to 800,000-900,000 a million shares.
Mm-hmm.
That's just 100,000. Imagine doing 200,000 shares an hour.
Yeah.
All day when the market's open. They go out, they bid, they hit the bid, and they just keep going back and forth with themselves. A wash trade is something to create volume to just get people to panic out. That's all they're doing. Oh my God, look at all the selling. Everyone's getting out. Hurry up, we've got to get out. What the story hasn't changed as far as I know.
No.
There's 450 plus million shares short. I didn't see anybody cover it. Right? I haven't seen it.
Nope.
And what's changed? Nothing. But they create volume, try to push it down. Oh, the stock's going to zero. If it's going to zero, what are we going to do? If the company was blowing through money like crazy, we would have a real problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who did that? VOCL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or CRTD to VOCL. He needs money to keep his game going, his business going. And guess what? He's blown through it. He's given stock to his vendors to cover his bills, and that's how he survived. Then he goes back to Lynn Partners. He has to go kiss their ass and beg them and say, okay, I'll make sure that I'll tell everybody you're good people. I'm going to reverse the stock. I'm sure that's coming. He'll reverse the stock, and he'll have a deal, and he'll raise money with Lynn. Although he owes my friend $4 million, I think my friend will be in the middle of that, and he has a problem because my friend's not going to approve anything he does. So that's the status of that guy. So stay away from it, all right, until we figure out what's he going to do with my buddy, because he owes my buddy $4 million, all right?
Yeah.
So, again, that's what happens when you need money. And the shorts go after people who need money. You're better off doing nothing but sticking your finger up your ass and doing nothing all day. Because if you don't burn capital, you don't need money, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the best thing in the world. And I'm the first guy, if a reporter calls me up and they go, well, the company doesn't do anything. Well, settle the trades, and the company will go out and buy, and build a business. What do you want me to say? Let's work on you. Once you settle the trade first, tell us how many shares are short, and then the company will build a business. And when you say that to reporters, they all shut up because they know you're right. Again, this is not my first rodeo. I know the game. I know how to handle all these people. It's a fast-moving game. Today we were attacked. I answered thousands of calls. Trust me, I was getting run over all day on this nonsense. But again, tomorrow's a new day. Where are they going? And we're getting closer. I tell people, keep pounding the SEC. Call the SEC up. Knock yourself out. There's the number. I put it up before. Whistleblow. Knock yourself out. Maybe they'll pay you. They paid out $27 million recently to whistleblowers. I put up there to the SEC site, we reported $27 trillion in crimes. When do we get paid? I put the truck in front of their building 13 times. When do we get paid? Mm-hmm. If there's no crime, then shut down these stocks and end the misery for all of us if there's nothing going on here. They can't do it because they know if they shut it down, we get discovery and everything will be exposed. That's why GTI and Finger, to me, are the most important names out there, because we made so much noise, they can't shut it down. Even if the company's the biggest shit of criminals there, they can't stop it. Look what happens when they stop it. MMTLP's they got their balls twisted. They don't know what to do because it comes down to one thing. How many people own the stock and how many shares exist? Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't have 450 million shares owned by people and how many shares are at the DTC. Finger Motion can't have 24 million shares at the DTC and 205 million people owning shares. The numbers just don't match up. And that's the crime. The SEC is the king of going after the messengers. Go look at Elon Musk, how many times they attack him, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
They go after him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do? He did nothing wrong. The guy built a tremendous billions and billions of dollars. He bought Twitter for $50 billion. Look what this guy's done. And yet they attack him. You want to go after the SEC, they come after you. That's just the game. That's just the way it is. Pat Byrne will tell you it. Go look at him. He said it a million times. They subpoena you. They go after you. And they just want to shut you up because the game is so massive. And the damage to the brokerage community is going to be brutal. Jeffries and Company reported a 53% drop in revenue. 53%. Where was the stock today? I saw at one point unchanged. I stopped looking at it. JEF, if anyone, you can get me a quote on that.
Yeah, I didn't see Jeffries today.
It was unchanged. Down the revenue was down 53%, not 2%, not 5%, 53. Finger Motion was up 60 to 70%, and the stock went from 7 to 350. On good news, Jeffries had down 53%. It's because they don't attack each other. That's the game. JP Morgan, when they want to attack you, they do what they did to Lehman and Bear Stearns. They kill them and they eat each other up. But they want Jeffries to live, so they didn't kill it. Jeffries should have been down. It should have been cut in half. Down 53%. It's a brokerage firm. There's no commissions. They're not that smart. You don't trade to make money every day. And look how hard it is. Look how hard it is to be honest. Down 53%. Mm-hmm. That's being honest. Down 53%. If you're crooks, like Lynn, you're up 220%, right?
Yeah.
Lynn, every investment Lynn has is worthless. They're up 220%. Mm-hmm. It's easy to see. Just think about it. Just look what's going on. Everyone's looking for a trade. I got it. You want to feed your families. I got it. Everybody wants to fly on a private jet. Everybody wants to go to Vegas and stay in the Bellagio, whatever the hotels are, the nice ones now. That's the game. I want to do it too. But I decided not to trade anymore and to take on this fight and go to the finish line. That's what I'm doing. You don't want to be here? Hang up the phone, move along, because that's what we do. Ace, I hope you're joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And everyone else that's fighting here. But that's the fight here.
Yeah.
When you win, when this is a life-changing situation.
Yeah.
It's not here to make $2,500.
Yeah.
When you make $5,000 on a short-term trade, you're gonna lose 40% of taxes. So you make 5, you lose 40, you're making up plus 3.
Yeah.
Think about that. And that's why I stopped day trading, because you lose so much money in taxes. It's I'm like looking at it saying, wait, the government's my partner here. I'm taking all the risk, and they're my partner. I'm whittling away to make 50 grand, and I got to give 20 of it away.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at a computer all day long. You think you sit at a computer? I used to get up every morning at 7, study stocks, and decide which stock I'm going to pick, then make a pick, then watch it go down, me suffering while I watch the stock to come back to even, to make a quarter, kiss the ground, and get the hell out. And the government got 40% of what I made.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to put my efforts to end this crime, and that's what I wanted to do. If you don't want to do that, I got it. It's a fight, but it's a fight to save your kids, your grandkids, and yourself. That's what I looked at it. There's people dying of prostate cancer. These guys don't care. They were trying to kill the company that can protect you. They don't even care. No one cares. Except when it's your turn, God forbid, that you get sick and you need help. And where's that medicine? Celine Dion, no medicine to take care of her. Who's that? Michael Bolton, brain tumor. What's he going to do? Right? He'll be dead soon, right?
Yeah.
All the money in the world these guys have, probably worth $100 million from all his songs and everything he's done. Brain tumor? Hey, there's nobody can help you. CVM and Northwest Bio, they haven't got approval yet because they can't hire enough people to finish what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's the outcome. And if you think that it's a joke, I told you the story. My mom died of breast cancer, IMMU. This is going back years. And the company did come out with fantastic breast cancer data, and it was acquired by GILD after all the attacks by the shorts. That was the sign. That was the stock that was a winner. I was in it at 5, got killed at 2. We all got killed, and then it went to $88 a share.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. 1 gets through, 50 get wiped out. That's the ratio.
Yeah. Because
they can't hire. CELU, this company was a spin-off out of Biogen, which was a major biotech company. And their stock has gotten slaughtered, and they're getting abused by Yorkville. It's 22 cents. I went to their office, super impressive, and they got wiped out. Wiped out. Working on infectious diseases. No one cares.
Yeah.
I always tell you about the robotic thing that I see that handicapped people use to help learn to walk again after a stroke or an accident. Military people that lose their legs, they put them in this robot. It helps them walk around so they can get upright instead of laying in bed. I watched them naked short that stock from 4+ to pennies and then reverse it and do it again. Lynn Partners invested in RWLK. Same thing. They destroyed it down. And they say to everybody, we own it. Sure, you own it. They own 10 million shares and short 500 million shares. Who wouldn't want to do that trade, right?
Yeah.
I'm short 50 times more than I'm long, right? So I'm going to lose $10 million at $1, but I already made $250 million. And everyone thinks that I own the stock, and they're laughing. Think about that. That's another trick they do.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you see that the actual shorts shares available to borrow are down to 45,000 on GTII?
Listen, that number's all made up. It's out of control. Every day, you'll wake up tomorrow, there'll be 450,000 for sale. I mean, that they'll lend out. I mean, it's just stock loan is complete fraudulent. It's just out of control.
Okay.
Listen. Who's going after stock loan? DOJ, the SEC, right? They're going after stock loan.
Yeah.
They're making numbers up. Nothing you see is real. It's all make believe.
Okay.
The whole game is not stock loan. It's not this. It's not that. It's stock settlement. If no one is checking, if a stock is a counterfeit, okay, the system is broken. It all stems to that.
Yeah.
All this other crime. No one is going to short a stock or borrow shares to short. Okay? And any stock, because they know they can get run over at any given time, correct?
Yeah.
Who's borrowing shares in GTI to short? It's 25 goddamn cents. Are you out of your bird?
Exactly right.
Who's going to pay to borrow shares of GTII? No one's doing that.
No
Finger
one.
motion also.
Yeah.
The risk reward is the completely the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to do it. The only reason they do it is they're tied to the criminals. All right?
Yeah.
And they're just trying to pile on more shares. That's all they're trying to do it. Other than that, there's no other reason to do it. Idiots short stocks at 25 cents or 30 cents or $1. You can only make $1, and each day you pay to borrow those shares, you lose a half a penny, right? So you got to pay each day a half a penny. At the end of the week, it's what, 2.5 cents? At the end of the month, it's what, 5, 10 cents?
Yeah.
If you're shorted $1 in 1 month, you lose a dime.
Mm.
That means the most you can make is 90 cents.
Yeah.
Do it again the next month, it's 80 cents. The next month, it's 70 cents. Who would do that? Nobody.
Yeah.
Only frauds do that. The math doesn't make any sense. They know it. We all know it. It's just that they need more weight to throw on top of us. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they used to do to the witches in New England, right? They used to put a board on them and put stones on them,
Yeah.
right? Crush them. That's what they're doing to the stocks. That's all they're doing. Get more shares. Where we get more shares, borrow them. Okay, we'll do that too. Okay, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're trying to do.
Somebody's
And when they
asking if it gets to the point where they start asking for shares again, would there be a benefit to call the brokers and say what our price would be for selling our shares? You know, if they're putting up $1,000 or some a share, is there any benefit to that? Is the question.
Oh yeah, you should always put your stock out for sale.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You know,
the same thing, right? As saying
I throw stock when no one's paying attention to. I just turn around. If I buy anything, I just throw it out for sale. If it's $1, I put it out there at 10. I can always change it. I put GTC. Just throw it as high as you can. They allow you to do it. And if the stock starts running, you can change it.
Yeah.
If you have no plans to sell it, put out a good till cancel order. Pick a stupid number. If you're paying 25 cents for GTI, put it out there at $3.
Mm-hmm.
You can always, if the stock starts running, you can always turn it, cancel it, move it to 7. You can cancel it 7, move it to 10.
Yeah.
You can throw. I don't know how high they allow you on each platform is different. Some may let you put it out there at 20. If you have this stock out for sale, they can't borrow it. That's it. That's a rule.
What's your favorite Michael Bolton song?
I forgot. I can't remember. My wife used to always listen to him. I don't remember. Don't worry about it. He'll be dead soon. He'll be dead soon, and everyone will feel bad for him. Oh, he had a brain tumor. Yeah, no one did anything about it. No one cares.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's life. We all have our own miseries. And you know what? When it's your turn, God forbid again, and you do have that awful thing happen to anyone in your family, you're going to say, oh my God, I wish that company would move faster and get that, get something to help save their life or something.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's too late then. And it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the SEC allows the criminals. It's what is the prisons. Everything is. We're being run by the asylum. The inmates are running the asylum, as they said.
Oh yeah.
And we're sitting here looking at it like, what's going on here? Like, this is the easiest fix in the world. And it's taken year after year after year. Trucks in front of them, Gensler walking past it. Chairman Cox in 2008 telling you it's fraud. New anti-fraud rule about, naked shorts. How much more? It's from 2008. United Airlines in 2002. I mean, it's just endless stuff. I don't even know how I remember all the nonsense. I'm sick of doing it already.
Yeah.
When I talked to the gentleman today about the stuff for Bloomberg, he was like, oh my God, I can't, you know all this stuff off the top of your head? I go, yeah. I says, where is anybody? Just put him on the phone. I'll just keep talking. You get all the information you want.
Mark Bazil's here in the chat, and he says that Ham, repeat after me: dilution funding sucks.
That's the game. That's the whole game, is to drive your stock down, raise money at the bottom, and after you get crushed, your market capitalization is destroyed. All right. Imagine having 10 million shares. Your stock is at $10. Now you're at $1. You need to raise money, and now you got to give another 10 million shares out. So now you're up to 20 million shares. Before you turn around, your stock is now 20 cents. And to raise any capital, now you got to give 100 million shares out for the same dollar amount.
Yeah.
So you went from 10 million shares, now you're at 120 million shares, and you really need to cure for cancer to make the stock go up. For example, I'll give you, Mark, Northwest Bio has 1 billion shares outstanding. If they do, and I hope they do, find a way to save people from brain cancer, the stock goes to 5. That's a $5 billion takeover. At 10, it's a $10 billion takeover. Those are massive numbers, $10 billion for a biotech. So they destroyed. So you could be here in that stock. You paid $1 for it because you believe it's going to happen. And in 5 years, the stock, if you're lucky, gets taken over at $10. That should be a $100 takeover for that type of information. But the company's been destroyed because the market cap has too many shares. That's the game. And MULN is a clear testament to what happens with dilution. The stock has been destroyed by the toxic lenders. And I told Mark, I knew one of them, and I told Mark, for people that don't know, I know the toxic lender in MULN made $400 million by himself funding that company. So the company has completely got crushed, and they made $400 million. You tell me. What side of the fence you want to be on?
Yeah.
There is complete. Now, I don't want to rat him out to the SEC. I know the guy, and I told Mark who it was. All right, but they belong in jail. Mm-hmm. Every shareholder in that company got wiped out. Him and his buddies. He made 400. I don't know how much his friends made. I assume they all made the same thing. Mm-hmm. They probably walked away stealing $2 billion in funding. Now, you could sit there and say, "Oh, maybe they did it legitimately." Yeah, right. That's what I would say. There's not a prayer. They did that correctly. Right? They walked away, I'll say, let's be conservative, $2 billion. The stock has been destroyed, reversed how many times already? The CEO who's building cars has been destroyed. He has to hire lawyers to go attack these people. It's going to take years to find out who, what, where the money went. And that's what happens. Any other questions?
I'm looking here. No.
And Mark, just remember this, Mark. I just want to let you know. When a stock is $9 and people buy the stock on margin and they push it to $8, the broker's got to call the client up and put more margin up. When the stock goes to $6, they have to put more margin up. So just imagine being the broker. He has to call the client up each day on a stock he recommends and tells the client, you got to put up more money for margin. The client is going to say to them, "Oh my God, why does the stock keep going down? Don't worry about it. It's a great company. They got revenue. They got this. They got that. Don't worry about it. It's going to turn." The next day it's 5. You got to call them back again. The next day, you got to put up more money. Eventually the client says, "Hey, sell my stock." So the shorts use margin, okay, as a way to get people to bail out because they know the brokers can't keep calling the clients up. My friend bought 1 million shares of a stock. He paid up to 9. The shorts beat it down to 2. He had to sell out each one of his clients for help driving the stock down because they couldn't put up any more margin money. That's another way that they get you. You don't think about that. I don't talk about it. But that is a clear-cut way to help drive a stock or unwind the price of a stock. After this guy sold out all his clients, the stock went from 9 to 2 to 26 after they roll out. So the shorts were trying to cover and they helped drive the stock down, get everybody to bail out that they could, and then the stock took off. Does that sound familiar, what you're seeing right now? It looks like it to me, right?
Yeah.
Both names. They're driving it down, get people to bail out, and then we'll wait to see what the next leg is.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, I screened at West Christian today, and I think I told you, Ace, he says he's got 3 more cases they're filing, or 6 more cases. I forgot the number. Ace, maybe you can remember.
I think that's what you said. You said to me earlier, yeah. 3, I think it was. 3 and maybe a 4th pending, something like that.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of cases. Hold on. Let me just see 1 second. Let me see if I can. Give me 1 second. Because I screamed at him about, everybody's making noise, the UK, India, everybody making noise. And I said, where the hell are you?
So Mark just said there's 3 more.
Yeah, okay, so there's 3 more going on. And he's in New York. Here it is. I'll read exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I'm in New York. This is after me screaming at him. I'm in New York working on filing 3 more cases. There are now 4 cases, 3 of which are ours, and 3 more would be 6 cases in New York.
That's what
Stay
it was.
tuned.
And then Mark,
I don't know what that
Mark
means.
just said he has 7 more in the pipeline.
I mean, think this is not Wall Street. This is the Wild West.
Yeah.
Companies are sitting here chasing people around, and the SEC does nothing. Listen, I'm thankful for guys like Mark, because Mark is. Let me tell you something. I never knew him before. I went and met him twice. The guy is me on gasoline. He's the guy. Wes is a long-term player. Mark understands the pain of the investor. That's the guy. That's short-term. We need long-term. Wes Christian can go through the courts and try to make billions and zillions. Mark is the guy that can actually put the pressure on the criminals and expose them.
Yeah.
2 different type of lawyers. I'm a short-term player. I want the action tomorrow. Mark is my type of guy. It's not tomorrow. It's not 30 seconds. But he's doing everything in his power to expose the capybaras, the criminals, keeping the pressure on them. He's the guy. If anybody has a public company that's under attack, they must contact Mark Bazile immediately, because he can help go after the toxic lenders and turn it around for you. So if you're invested in CVM, Northwest Bio, any of these companies that have been doing toxic lenders, taking money from these criminals, get Mark Bazile. That's your guy.
Yeah, Mark, we want to all say, I want to say too, while I got you here, we appreciate the constant communication, because that is the hardest part of being an investor in this situation is not hearing from more than, Ham's great, but hearing from the lawyers as well is huge. So I know everybody here speaks for me on that.
I give you updates every 10 minutes. What, are you kidding me? I'm
saying
unfortunately my information is worthless compared to everybody else. Got it.
That's not what I said.
I'm only kidding.
I know you are.
Everyone's tired of hearing about that. I sound like a broken record.
No, if everybody was tired of hearing from you, my numbers wouldn't shoot up when you jumped on. But it's good to hear from the lawyers too. Is my point.
Yeah, no. Listen, when he posts something, it makes me excited, because I know when he's speaking, we all think it's a joke, but he's bringing the law with him. Okay, and I wanted to, Mark, I'm stepping out of boundaries here, but Mark introduced me to the FBI. Okay, and I've spoken to them a couple of times already, and they are stuck in MMTLP and finger motion. They are investors like the rest of us. They're trying to make more money for their families. And the one gentleman I spoke to, he told everyone in the office, and they all bought the stocks. So they're all angry, just like we are.
Yeah.
So, it's great. And guys like Mark have different connections. You had connection. You helped get me to the Secret Service. Am I correct?
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
Everyone, if you can believe it, everyone does a little something. And that's all. And this is what's going to take to change the world. I got it. Most people sit there hanging up saying, I don't want to change the fucking world. Go fuck yourself. I got it. Those are the people I hope, you know what, one day you're going to sit there and say, man, those maniacs did it. You know?
Exactly.
And and you know what? And when before they put me in the ground, I can sit there and say to myself, you know what? I'm not as rich as Warren Buffett, but you know what? I did the right thing, and I saved some family with their kids from getting wiped out by these criminals. I saved people who are dying from breast cancer or prostate cancer, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I helped do it. And that's, to me, you know what? I don't need a rocket ship to get around. I don't need a. Well, no, I'm only kidding. But I'm just saying that you guys don't understand. I know people that are worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They eat and do exactly the same things we do. Mm-hmm. They can't eat a 50-pound steak. They can eat a small steak like the rest of us. They don't eat it every day. You just physically can't do it. And I keep trying to tell people, you guys think that the lifestyles of the rich and famous that you see on TV, it's not like that. Mm-mm. My friend is worth $2.6 billion. Okay? He has a $40 million jet, a $10 or $12 million boat, 6 houses. And guess what he does? He sits in his house down the block from me and says, hey, you want to go to dinner? We go out, we have a glass of wine, a dish of pasta, and we go home and see you tomorrow. What are you watching on TV? I'm watching this. Okay, great. That's what he's doing. Warren Buffett does the same thing. Bill Gates does the same thing. My friend he's personal friends with Warren Buffett, has him on his speed dial. He golfs. He hung out with Bill Gates, all of them. You can't, my friend was supposed to replace Warren Buffett as the head of Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, wow.
Super powerful guy.
Wow.
And he does the same shit we do. I go drinking with him. We go to a restaurant. He buys dinner. We drink wine. We have a dish of eat bread. What do you want for dessert? And we leave. That's it.
I was going to say, I hope he pays.
Oh, no, I always walk out on the check. But it's not like they shoot flares up and we have a party every time we walk in and there's 50 girls. It's not like that. It's nothing like that. And this guy is super wealthy.
Yeah.
Super wealthy. And you would never know it, and that's how they are. Mm-hmm. Drug dealers run wild. That's a different gang.
Absolutely.
Who looks like a drug dealer? Ken Griffin. Yeah. Who's buying houses like there's no tomorrow? Ken Griffin. Mm-hmm. Who's making all the noise? Ken Griffin.
Yeah.
I put it up 3 years ago. This guy is Scarface. No one believed me. I said, this guy is Scarface. I put it up 1,000 times. No one spends money like that. Mm-hmm. Nobody does.
Yeah.
He's stealing it. That's where it's coming from, because no one does it. Mm. Anyway, guys, I'm out of gas. I'm dead. I've been talking for 25 hours. I had enough.
Yeah,
and I got to do my work for the reporter.
You got your thing tomorrow, right?
11 o'clock. They're going to stick a 5-foot needle in my knee.
All right. Well,
if it doesn't work, my wife wants to come with me. I said, well, I'm not 12 years old. What, are you going to make sure I get a lollipop after they give me a needle? I hope it works, and just keep going on, and that's and my son has a procedure at the end of the month, so I got a full month of medical nonsense going on. I apologize, otherwise I'd be in South Korea.
No, that's all right.
But anyway, listen, have a great night, everybody. I'm done. Mark, have a great night, and thank you again.
Have a good night.
All right,
good luck
night,
tomorrow.
Everybody.
Take care.
All right, thank you. There you go.
Bye. All right, guys, that was awesome. Ham's fired up. Mark, I saw you're leaving, but good night to you. Thanks for stopping by. It was awesome to have you in the chat. And I saw people got some of their questions answered. That's great. Really exciting, guys. I mean, did you catch that? 3 cases coming up from West Christian, and he said related to us. So hopefully that's GTI stuff. Maybe we get a dividend kind of, maybe that lawsuit. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see it soon, though. Posted soon. And then Mark's got 7 getting ready. So guys, the fight's on. If you ever wonder, and I've actually had a few people wonder lately if any of this is real, because it's hard when the price is down, and they're wondering, like, is this actually happening? Are we actually fighting? Is there any hope here? Are we being lied to? All that. And I'm telling you that it's not just us listening to Ham or William or me speaking to you guys. It is Mark Bazil's actually out there fighting and winning cases on all this, and he's a part of this community. It's obviously Wes Christian, who GTI retained and Finger retained and others. And then it's people like Kristen Shaughnessy, who's an award-winning reporter. She's an award-winning reporter, and she's fighting on the front lines for us. The documentary makers, this is real. This is absolutely real. All of it. And it's crazy that we're all caught up in it. It's like a movie. It really is. It's wild. Trust me. Whenever Ham reminds me that, that I was part of putting together that connection to the Secret Service, it kind of blows my mind that like it just doesn't feel real. And it also, like he said with the billionaire thing, it happened so simply. Somebody reached out to me, and I reached out to Ham, and the connection was made, and boom, off to the races. It's just wild how it happens when you actually just start putting yourself out there. And but it's all happening, guys. It's all happening. The walls are closing in on them. We're not stopping. It just, don't let the price be your story. Okay, if it is, then you're just trading, and that's fine if that's what you're here. But why are you watching my videos? Why listen to Ham calls if that's why you're here, just to trade? It's bigger than that, and it's so that we can break this and then take off. And obviously, we all want that big squeeze to happen, but we also need this justice so that it carries on going forward. So there's free, good, just right markets for all of us going forward, our kids, our grandkids, all of that. So we gotta, every one of us can play a part, even if you're just tweeting, retweeting, all that, showing up in here, sharing these lives, Sharon Williams lives, Ham calls, whatever, Kirsten's space call tomorrow, Busy Brands when he goes on, all this. Like, there are people putting out stuff that you can bring others into, because education is what's going to win for us. I was watching Dumb Money again. I finished it again yesterday, revisiting it, and just again how they all got beat because they're uneducated, because they all freaked out when that buy button disappeared. And some of them still won because it went up so high, but they did not make nearly what they should have. Others lost, and it was all because of lack of education. This is not that. GTI community, Finger community, MMTLP community, in my opinion, the most educated communities in all the markets with retail, whereas as far as retail is concerned. We know what we're in, we know why we're here, which is just as important. And we're not flying around blind in the dark. It feels like it sometimes, but the truth is that the things that we need to know that matter the most, we know. And it's all the details that we don't always know. And so, but they come along, and some of those details aren't important. Even though, they're asked about a lot, but they just aren't as important as the things that are important. And that's what Ham's constantly communicating, is the things that are important to hang on to. So yeah, Kristen's space tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. I'm guessing that's Eastern time because she's from New York. I don't know if she still lives there. So that's early for a lot of you. And that's fine. It'll be recorded. She's already confirmed that, so you can listen to the replay if you need to. Let me answer some stuff here before we sign off. Mark, you used to who's R? R used to go off every day about 6 years ago. Met my wife, had a baby the last 5 years. I've golfed probably 10. Who are you talking to, man? I'm sorry. I'm Big Orange. What's up? What's Wes saying? 3 cases coming up. Not for decisions to be filed, I believe. Ace, you missed a Ham section. You could call him back and ask him to start. Ham could talk so fast. He could probably do it pretty quick. Goodwill, you're up to 24,000 GTI, waiting for 20 cents to make my last buy. I love it. We're SNL superheroes. I don't know about that. 17,000 GTI to the moon. That's awesome, man. 17,000. That's beautiful. You watch Dumb Money at work all the time. Goodwill, I love it, man. Jenny says, Kirsten's really amazing person. She's beyond amazing and kind. Can't tell you what she's done for you and your family. That's awesome. I love it. Kirsten's been amazing in my experiences with her too. I wanted to show you guys something real quick that I thought was interesting. Also, I just saw this as I was looking at by the way, Will, you brought up the float earlier, and you said it was being reported 263 or something like that. That's those numbers are wrong. It's been reported that for a while now, And I just recently got confirmation through somebody at the company that it's still under 100 million. There are several restricted shares out there that cannot be exercised anytime soon. But as for now, and as far as like if the Trento deal is done, I don't know on that. But I'm sure it'll be done with restricted shares. It won't impact the squeeze in the meantime. But the good news is, even with some dilution, because GTI will have to do their deals through shares, is that even with that, the numbers are so insane right now on GTII that the squeeze will still be absolutely gobsmackingly massive. So, but guys, check this out. While I was looking at some stuff while Ham was speaking, I found this on Yahoo Finance, which I just think is so interesting that these numbers still here. It still has GTI at a buy 1.8, whereas 1 is the strongest. And analyst price targets are still an average 23.4. Who knows how long it's been since they've updated this, but I just find that fascinating that's there. I don't know if that's algorithms doing it or what. But anyways, I just always find that that's interesting when you can actually find data from sites that, that are encouraging. Let's see here. What's the dividend for Finger? We don't know yet. It could be a 10-1, maybe. Who knows? We're going to find out. It could be a it could be a warrant. And that warrant last time for GTII is what put the pressure on that led to that squeeze to 9 back 15 months ago. So just remember, like, these dividends, first of all, they're not for us to make more money. They're just not. Now, that's the bonus of them, but they are to break the shorts. So whatever it comes out with, we just got to trust that they're doing the thing they think will be most harmful to the shorts in the meantime. That's what we got to look at when it comes. Hope abounds. That's right, Jake. It never goes away. Jeff shouts out, not if you're still here. Jeff enjoys your legal content. Realistically, can GTI touch 25 a share? Oh, Dan, 100%. Realistically, I mean, okay, so let's just throw the shorts out of it and the manipulation out of it. Let's say it's a regular stock that's not manipulated. Okay, if GTI got a good deal, it easily be at $25, no problem. Okay. Easy, especially with the devoted shareholder base it has. That would be easy. Now, if GTI was just off in the darkness and nobody knew about it, then that's different. It's a little OTC stock. It would have to have massive news. But with the shareholder base it already has, yeah, 25 should be easy. But in my opinion, there's no way the shorts don't get squeezed before then with massive, massive margin calls that they can't handle. I mean, Jeffries, like I said before, last night, 53% down in the fourth quarter last year. How much more are the other places bleeding? Alpine's already broke. So what happens if they get slapped with the biggest margin call ever? These guys, they can't keep going forever. It just can't. And I don't think we'd make 25 a share before that breaks. I think easy between $5-10, maybe 15 at the highest, that's what would finally break them. And honestly, at this point, I think it's lower. It's on the low side for sure. Polyon, what's up? Theoretically, squeeze could potentially start when monster earnings are released. Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, it was a 275 warrant. That's right, Goodwill. Ramon, might know someone with a direct line to Rumble CEO. Really? Ramon, that would be awesome if we could get a talk to them. Not me, but if you guys could get him to speak to Ham, that'd be huge. And I can, if you can't get William or Ham, you can try to, I can try to arrange that if you have that all set up, because Rumble is huge, and Ham's already spoken to Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino has stake in Rumble. He did the show on Rumble. They reach millions and millions of people. The awareness that would bring and the interest that would bring would just be insane. It'd be insane. When's Finger dividend? We don't have a date, but I think it's going to come out after earnings. I don't think it'll be long. I did not get to watch Arca's videos last night, but he's saying 14 cents a bottom. That's fine. I mean, I have some money I'm waiting to buy with, and so I'm going to wait and see if it goes lower. But 14 cents, man, I could get a lot of shares. That'd be great. Moral, $25 would be 100 times for GTI is now. Yep, it would be. I don't think that's. I mean, guys, GTI, nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is they keep selling it down, and we keep scooping them up. So when this squeezes, the numbers are still there. Okay, the numbers are still there. This could still rocket past $1,000 easy. And think about if you are able to get your cost basis down. Think about what, I mean, you just said it, 25 cents to $25 100 times. Well, then at 250, that's 1,000 times, and then just do that. The math is insane. You can make so much money from this. But we got to stay hope, Bill, this is really cool. I always feel better after his lives. I'm glad to hear it. I mean, I love that Mark stopped by today and made that announcement about the lawsuits. And we are always getting some news. And tonight, I think that was really good news. So now we know to watch for what Wes is going to file and Mark's going to file here coming up. I'm praying that Wes is filing something on the dividend. And I imagine the way Ham told, I was actually surprised he brought that up because he told me that earlier today. I thought it was secret. So I wasn't going to say anything, but he obviously, it's okay to speak publicly about it. But he told me that, Wes, he called Wes because he was so pissed about the price today. He was like, I need something. What do you have for me? What are you doing? And that's when Wes told him that he was getting ready to file 3. And he said on our behalf. So I'm guessing at least one of those has to do with GTI. Socially, you can X-confirmed SEC's X account was compromised because of not having two-factor authentication. How on earth does the SEC not have two-factor authentication? That's so wild. Who did I tell the CEO to contact him through Twitter? Yeah, if the CEO wants to reach out, I mean, I think it's probably, I don't know exactly how to do that. I don't know if Ham accepts DMs, but if you know that the CEO wants to talk, then we'll make it work. And just contact me if not. Thanks, Jerry. I know. I'm finishing. Yeah, I'm coming. My wife wants to see me. She got home from work. I'm going to finish up here, guys. So, yeah, the Cowboys fans are always squawking. You're going to go see Eagles Bucks? That's awesome. Go Bucks. I'm rooting for the Bucks. You're a demoralized Eagles fan, root for everybody but Dallas. Okay, I'll take your fandom for this. Mark is definitely validation of legitimacy. He absolutely is, 100%. And so is Kirsten, in my opinion, being an award-winning reporter and stuff. So, what's the short interest of Finger compared to GameStop? I believe GameStop ran when short interest was under 100, I believe, maybe 120 at the highest. Finger's short interest currently is, I just had this. It's like 850, 900%. It's Finger's short interest is wild. It's wild. It's bigger than than GTI's. And anyways, I don't have time to go into why I still think GTI will run higher, but anyways, yeah, Finger is massive potential. So, but yes, the reported short interest you cannot trust because they don't keep track of the naked shorts, so you can't trust that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head off. Sorry, Robert, I can't be nice to your boys, man. I can't be nice to them. Not until they're out of the playoffs. Then I'll be nice to them. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. You guys have a great night. I plan on being on tomorrow, but if I'm not, I'll definitely be on Thursday. Okay, you can plan on that for sure. And GameStop was 200%. Okay, there you go. So I was a little off on GameStop, but Finger's still bigger. I mean, Finger's 450, 500%. So, all right, guys. For the Cowboys fans, enjoy Wildcard Weekend. I don't have to because my team's not playing since we were too good. We weren't invited. They said, you guys just wait a week. So sorry the Cowboys fans can't say that. But anyways, all right. Love you guys. Have a great night. And I will